Hey y'all, it's Lena with What's Poppin USA, Small Business Support Network, and welcome back, What's Poppin Nation. This week we are speaking with Miss Carmella Alexander, and she is located right here in Metro Atlanta, just like me. She is a fabulous mama, and she is an author, y'all. She's an author of a book called Fearless, the amazing boy with special abilities, and it is based and inspired by her own son. Y'all, I am so excited to chat it up. Let's go ahead and talk small business. So as promised, y'all, I have with me Miss Carmella Alexander, and she is actually super mom to super boy little Amir, right? I introduced you as mom and author of Fearless. So Carmella, just tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got started as an author. I know I'm 51 years old, but way back in the day, I used to really actually love to creative write. I hated writing book reports on stuff they wanted me to write specifically on, but I love to actually creative write. So I would love to hear how you actually started and what your transition was to actually come out with a book or two, because I saw you got another one too.
Yes.
So go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, girl.
Like it's mentioned, my name is Carmella, and I started writing about 8 years old. And I used to love to do short stories and poems. That was my thing. Especially if you had a mom like me, and there was no when summer school was in, or summer was out. She was like, "You're not gonna just be wasting away and doing nothing." She
I'm not
always
gonna
used to
have no
have
dumb
us.
kids, right? I'm not
Right,
gonna have no dumb kids, right? I feel her. I
right.
feel her. Going through that now.
That's
I feel
right.
her. I feel
Yeah, she was not that type of mother.
her.
She would pick out a book and say, I want this book read, and I want a book report.
Book report.
So yeah,
That's
she would
old
come
school.
home and say, "Did you read this book?" And I'm like, "Yes, yes, yes." So actually, my mom actually influenced me to have the love for writing. And like I said, like I started at 8 years old. And then as I got, older, that kind of, died out. I
Yeah,
kind of
right.
ventured off and did some other things.
Mhm.
I went to school to be a pharmacy tech. So I
Oh.
did that for a couple of years. I
Mm.
loved medicine. I was like, oh,
Mhm.
I'm gonna be a pharmacist. And then I got married,
Your
met my
chemistry
husband.
came.
We got married. And I had my Mr. Amir. And at first, we didn't know Amir was going to have a lot of health issues, but he did.
Oh.
We found out at just the tender age of 2 that Amir has a rare form of epilepsy. It's called
Oh.
WWOX.
So you didn't
Gene
even find out in
syndrome.
utero. He was already born by the time you found
Hmm.
out, and like just hmm.
Yes. So it was a lot on new parents
Mm.
because
Is
the
he your
life
first baby?
expectancy.
Is he your
Yes, he
first
was my
baby?
first.
Oh,
Hmm.
and that's even
Yeah.
harder because you don't even know what to expect with a child that doesn't have special needs, and then to all of a sudden
Right.
be thrown into the mix. It's like new on
Hmm.
top of new on top of frustration on top of new. Yeah, I can see that.
Yes. And that's kind of how we were with Amir. Amir had like I said, he was having seizures at about 2 weeks old. So it was, yeah, it was a lot.
Right.
Like I said, it's for new parents.
Right.
So like I mentioned before, we found out at the tender age of 2 what Amir had going on with
Right.
him.
Right.
And at first, as a parent, that like knocks you back because it's like, the doctors put a timestamp on a child, that's really
Yeah.
ill. And
Yeah.
they were like, oh, he's not going to survive to about
Till
2 years of age or
right.
7 or,
Right. Right.
12,
And you feel
but
like you've
Amir is
got
doing
this
well.
ticking
Oh,
countdown that
yeah.
you got to get everything in
Oh
by
yeah.
you got to go to Disney World, you got to go to Japan,
Mm-hmm.
you got to do this, you
Yep.
got to do everything by the time because we don't know. So it puts an
Yes.
added layer of anxiety on you too.
Oh yeah, it was. And I was
Mm,
like, oh my God. It's like every time Amir turned a new year, his birthday come around, I'm like, oh, you know, he's
right.
2. Oh, he's
Thank
4, he's
God for
5,
another. Right.
it's the anxiety. It just
How
eats
old is
at
he
you.
now?
So he's 8
How old?
years old now. Yeah. Yes, he is 8 and doing well. But knowing that,
Right.
like I said, I just could not,
It still it hurts your
I just
heart
didn't want
though.
that to eat me. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. And I didn't want it to just eat me alive to where I just couldn't think about anything else.
Right.
So I turned in, I
Continue.
said, I rekindled my love for writing. So I'm like, you know what? Amir's story deserves to be heard.
Did you start writing a journal just because of your situation? Is that what started, like, getting you back writing
Honestly,
again?
yes, I did. I started jotting down things that I wanted to do, and I was like, writing. I
Mm.
need to rekindle that flame of writing. And I asked my sister-in-law and my cousin. I was like, "Look, y'all, I'm thinking about writing a book series about Amir. I need a name. I need a name." And they was like,
Wow.
"Okay, we'll help you." I tell you, when I went to bed that night, I dreamt the name, and I was like, "Hmm." So I called my sister and I said,
What you think about
"What you think
him?
about Fearless, the amazing boy with special abilities?" And she said, "I love that name." So she loved it. My mom loved it. My husband loved it. So hey, it started from
Winner,
them.
winner, chicken dinner.
Yes. So I just been, I just took
So I
off
have
after
to
that.
ask you, because one of the reviews of the book said, in the book, you come up with so many amazing special abilities
Hmm.
that us regularly able-bodied folks don't have.
Hmm.
How did you
Yeah.
discover all of Amir's amazing hidden talents?
So with all like my book series, because I actually have 4. So I just published 2. So honestly, so I'm the book is adventurous, it's fun, but it's actually educational because I
Mhm.
do a lot of thorough research. So like his second series, he goes to Brazil. So what I've done, I research childhood diseases and stuff in that afflicts kids in Brazil. Then I narrow them down. It's like, oh, okay, I want to teach the kids about these different diseases. So then I branch off and I
Mm.
write about that, and then their illnesses becomes their superpowers. So that is how I've been doing it. Like, so it teaches the children about different childhood diseases around the world.
I love that. So how did you broach the subject of Amir's condition? How did you, like, what was your, because it has to be just emotionally just wrenching for
Mhm.
you. So how did you actually turn that around and just be like, okay, his super ability is, his sweetness, his kindness, his ability to
Mhm.
just look at you and melt you and win you over, like, because I know he's got some little stuff with him. What would you
Mhm.
say are his superpowers?
So, so with Amir's condition, like Amir has a cortical vision blindness.
Mhm,
Amir he is non-ambulatory, so he can't walk,
mhm.
he can't talk or anything.
Okay,
So basically, he relies on the care of others.
right.
But one thing Amir can do that he is really good at is listening. A lot of
Mm,
doctors didn't think my baby could hear. Oh, he can hear very well. He may not can see very well, but he can hear very, very well. So I took all those like those different types of illnesses that he had, and like I said,
right.
made him to a superpower, made him super strong. He's very caring. He's such a sweetheart.
That's what I'm
He
saying. That's
knows,
a
he distinguishes
superpower,
his
though.
mom and dad voice. Yes.
Yes, that's a
Yeah.
superpower because, these days, kids are I'm sorry, but they
Yeah.
some little jackasses. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
not
Yeah.
all of them are sweet like that, or not all of
Mhm.
them have good manners. Not all of them have that, that tender inside. They not all of them have that. And so to me, that
Mhm.
is, an amazing trait, an amazing ability
Mhm.
because most grown-ups don't have that either. You know what I mean? They're muddling
Mhm.
around being jackasses too. You know what I mean? So I
Right.
love that is one of his special powers. So does he have any siblings?
Yes, he has my youngest son. He has a little brother.
And how is that interaction? Does he play with him? Does he talk to him? Does he read the books to him?
Oh, he loves, and my baby's his name is Adrian. And
Adrian.
Adrian loves his big brother. And he'll come in here sometimes and watch TV with Amir. He'll hold Amir's hand. Like he is very tender with Amir. Even when he was a little bitty baby, he was
Right.
always tender with Amir. He would take his bottle out his mouth and put it in Amir's mouth.
But
Yeah, like, oh, my brother's thirsty. Let me help him. So he
I
has always been very tender
I
with Amir.
love that. Now, do you bring Adrian at all into the book?
Yes, Adrian is mentioned into the book. He made sure of. He's like, "Mom, is my name gonna be in the book?"
Come on now.
Yes, so his name is in the book, the second book. And so yes,
So
he is
you
a
said
trip.
you have two. So the first one is the original Fearless. Then you have where he goes to Brazil. So why did you pick
Yes.
Brazil though? Is that just like on your bucket list?
So
I know
honestly,
it's on
my
mine,
best
but
friend.
I'm just saying.
So my best friend is from she speaks fluent Portuguese. And I was asking her, and I said, "So where should Amir go next?" And she said, "Brazil, Brazil, Brazil." So I was like, "Okay, Brazil," because she speaks Portuguese fluently.
Mhm.
And I was like, "Oh, good, she can help me with some of the
Oh,
words."
yes, most
So
definitely.
yeah,
Different little phrases or little
hmm,
words that you might come across, you know what I mean? Well,
yes.
my background is my mom's side of the family is from Portugal. So we speak
Oh,
Portuguese
nice.
also. So I'm just like, my stepdad just came back from Brazil. Yay!
Oh,
Because his sister lives
wow.
there.
Oh,
So yeah.
nice,
So you're speaking
nice.
all my language, girl. I love it.
Hmm.
So with the other, so okay, so let me ask you. So with the Brazilian book, what did you find were some of? Okay, well, let me back up. So for the U.S., did you just focus on Amir's situation, or did you talk about some of the other disabilities that were plaguing children in the US as well? Or because
Yes.
I know you said you did one for Brazil and you looked at theirs. So did you do it for the US
Mhm.
also?
Yes, I did. So we have Amir. So Amir's rare disease.
Right.
But then I have a child that is deaf, another child that's blind, and a child that's autistic. So yes. So you know me, the research queen. I'm like,
I
okay, what plagues
love
us?
that. I love that because, especially autism here in the US is very, very prevalent. I don't know
Yes.
if it is in other countries, but I just assume it's because the US is so lax in letting like yellow dye number 5 and red dye
Yeah.
number whatever and all those
Hmm.
preservatives and foolishness in the food and it seeps into us, you know what I mean, and causes a lot of
Right.
illnesses. So for Brazil, what did you find were some of the prevalent ones there?
Um, so like I said, sometimes I like to focus on what's rare there. So I talked about one of my
Or
characters
or
have
the
Laurent
superpowers that they would
syndrome.
have, or the
Right,
superpowers that
right.
those children would have, I should say.
R Right,
Let me
right. So like I
rephrase.
said, so I said like one of my characters have Laurent syndrome. Another one has JHD syndrome,
Okay.
which causes you to be confined to a wheelchair. Laurent
Mm,
syndrome is like short stature.
okay.
And so I just like I said, I just
You
research
just
and
re
find out what
wow,
afflicts
you
those children.
really
Mhm. Yes.
well, I can You know, without trying to be funny, I can attest to the short stature because I am not that tall and I have all kinds of issues. And I'm glad that you turned that into a superpower.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Look, me too, me too, me too.
Because me having to, my husband's like, oh, I put it up on top of the refrigerator. I'm like, I can't see on top of the
I
refrigerator.
can't, yeah, yeah.
So
I
thank
can't
you
reach
for
that.
that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, girl.
Yeah. Right.
So
One
the
time
other
for the
two,
short people.
hey, short people all around the
Right.
world, rise up.
That's right. That's right.
So where else has the adventures taken you? Because you said you've got 2 more books that aren't even published yet.
Right.
Are
So
they
my
secret?
next
Can you
two,
tell us?
yeah.
Okay.
So my next two adventures, the next one will be my third. So Amir goes to Ghana, and I was influenced by Amir's nurse. You know, she's from Ghana, and she was like, "Oh, do Ghana next." So I did Ghana next, and then my fourth book that's not published yet, he'll be going to Japan. So each
Oh,
one of these, my book series has the dialect in the books. So the children will learn the dialect as well. So it's, yeah, it's
ooh.
not just a fun,
So,
adventurous book, it's a learning one as well.
so let me ask you, are the books solely written in English or are they going to be in their native language also?
So it's half and half. So the majority of the book is English with some of their dialect, that country dialect is in the
I
book as
would
well.
just because, just across the lines,
Hmm.
just across the lines, just
Yes.
because, you know, I don't know how sensitive, and mostly not, honestly, other countries are to folks that are specially abled. You know, they're
Right.
really not as open, as caring, as, you
Mhm.
know, putting the issues to the forefront. And so that's just an, you know, my own 2 cents, but that's just an idea, is to
Mhm.
actually have the book translated into full Portuguese or, you know, full, um, is it Guyanese? No, that's Guyana. What's the language for Ghana?
Twee.
I'm not sure.
Twee.
Twi?
Twee.
Twi.
Yes. Hmm.
Okay. So if it's possible, have somebody translate it, and then the dialect would be English. So flip it.
Hmm.
So it's
Yeah,
primarily
that
in their
that is
language.
coming. That's coming.
That's it.
That is
See?
coming.
See?
I've
See?
already thought about it. Yes.
See? We on the
Yes,
same.
yes,
Okay, I always like to
yes.
give like a little bit of like 2 cents, you know, stuff that comes to my head like, "Oh, what about dot, 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 dot."
Mhm.
It just opens up more
Right.
markets. It opens up
Yes.
more markets for you, and it makes the book a true international series, because then
Right.
it can be picked up not just by English speakers, but by speakers of a lot of different languages. And if you know, on
Mhm.
Amazon, they have Amazon Japan, Amazon Brazil,
Mhm.
Amazon UK,
Mhm.
India, right? So
Mhm.
I'm just saying forethought. Again, just my little 2 cents, just my
Oh
little 2
yeah,
cents.
I appreciate it, but that is something that I have considered. So
I
yeah.
love it. So when are your other 2 coming out? Are you
So my
releasing them
goal,
like little by little, like one
mhm.
at a time?
So my goal is ideally 2 books a year. So that's my goal. Like two is you want people to kind of thirst for the next series. I
Oh,
want to,
most definitely. You don't want to
know.
just throw it out and
Yeah.
be like, I did
Yeah.
all of it. Cheapens the thrill, it cheapens the product, all of the, no,
Right.
I completely understand. No, I definitely.
Mhm.
So have you considered doing any book tours or going to any you know, like libraries or schools or anything with this book?
Yes. So I serve on my son Amir's school council, and I'm very, yeah, I love that school. The school is wonderful. It goes to Oakland actually.
Oh,
And I do a lot of things for Oakland because I also bake too. That's another side gig that I like to do. So
mom, you're a
I've,
baypreneur. You're a babe Camilla,
Yes.
girl. You're a babe Camilla.
Yes.
Girl
So,
boss, girl boss, girl boss.
girl boss.
Girl
Yes.
boss.
So, they love my treats. So I always bring them treats and stuff. And I've actually donated a book to his school and my baby's school. So my baby goes to Starling and Amir goes to Oakland. So they
I
have a
would
copy.
really think about going though, you physically, if you're able. I know your schedule is tight, because you are, Amir's caregiver and it's hard to get out. But for, like promotional purposes and stuff, girl, having you pop up at even Amir's school for story time, or
Mhm.
Adrian's school for story time, or a daycare that's just around the corner for story time. You know what I mean? If they have a special needs class, or maybe to introduce everybody to special needs in this way, gets a
Mhm.
really good conversation going amongst the kids for what they can comprehend, right?
Right, right,
So
right.
again, my 2 cents, but I really see this being a thing where I say it because I have one of my friends who is a Head Start teacher. So that's like
Mm.
age like 4 or 5. And she used to always be like, "Can you come in and read a story? Can you come read a story?" And so when she does like Pete the Cat, she gets dressed up. You know what I mean? In the outfit, she does the whole thing. So I almost see you as
Mhm.
really
Right.
embracing this, and doing a couple of, it might be out of your comfort zone.
Oh no, no. Now it's definitely not because I used to drive for special needs, and like every time it would be Dr. Seuss month. Oh, girl, I go in a costume. I
Then
got the
this is
hat,
right
the
up your alley,
glasses.
girl. Then you've got
Amir too. They know.
everything. You've got it
Yes,
in the making. Then you've got
yes,
everything in the making. I love it.
yes,
I love it. I
yes.
love it. Carmela, where can they find you if they want to go ahead and purchase Fearless from you, my dear?
I'm on. We're online, Amazon and Barnes and Nobles. I'm on.
I saw the
I'm on.
Amazon. I didn't know you was on Barnes and she big time, y'all. She don't need me. She big time. Get a girl. Good for you. Good for you.
Yes, so yes, ma'am. I'm on those two platforms. My books can be purchased and put in bookstores from Ingram through Ingram. My book is on Lulu. So it's a couple of different areas that the book is.
So with the Ingram, that's like, say Walmart was like, "Hey, we like this book. We want to buy a block of them."
Mhm.
They can do that and like put them in the stores type thing.
Right. That's correct. Yeah. All
Okay,
it takes
so
is
here's,
research.
do you know about Partners in Education?
Uh-uh.
You're in education. Oh my God. Okay. So there's
Mm-mm.
something I want you to Google this. This is called Partners in
Okay.
Education. Every county has it. So this, look at my hair.
Okay.
So Gwinnett will have, school district for Gwinnett will have it. You can contact them directly, or you target a school that you want to do it with. And actually what they'll do is you'll contact them on phone or email and be like, "Hey, I've got a children's
Mhm.
book. I am interested in doing a, like a book, not a tour, but maybe going from elementary to elementary school, and reading this book to the children. I'd be interested in seeing if you would be interested in having this in your classrooms, in your library, and let them hit
Mm.
you back. Girl, they will pay you for this shit. Girl, bye.
Wow.
Girl, I'm like, I know I got something for you. Girl, bye. Oh,
Oh,
yes.
wow. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm like, oh, I'm
wow.
having a hot flash. Yes, girl. I'm
Oh,
saying that is
wow.
one thing that you need to look at, because your stuff is already catered toward children and it's
Mhm.
niched down to special needs. Girl, you let one school, one district jump on the book and watch how everybody else gonna jump on that shit to try to get it.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Look, I'm
That is a
telling you,
good idea. That's a
telling you
good
to,
idea.
and
Yes.
then you can sell them the collection. The 2 books ain't out yet. You're getting
Right.
the books ahead of schedule.
Wow. Yep. That's true. Yep. They love that. Oh, and
Um,
yep.
yeah, and especially up here in Gwinnett County with the one with Mexico, girl,
Hmm.
bye, girl, bye,
Yeah.
because of where
Yeah.
we are at and the population
Yeah.
up here.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. That's true. Because I was thinking
So,
about doing a book bag drive too. I'm doing a book bag drive, fearless book bag drive.
do you have? Are you a 501c3?
Mm-mm. No.
Okay, okay. That's one thing. If I were you, I might consider
Okay.
is it now the paperwork used to be like filling out the yellow pages. They have since condensed it. It
Ooh.
used to be like it was bad. They've since condensed
Ooh.
it and it's a lot shorter.
Okay.
Um, you will need to have like a board of directors. I think there needs to be at least 3 people, you and 2 other people on the board. It could be your husband and
Mhm.
your sister or whoever, your mama, it don't matter.
Right.
Um, and you set it up that way so that way you are a nonprofit. So that
Ah.
way, when you do a book bag drive, you print out your 501c3 letter, and then you
Hmm.
print out whatever you want to say, and you give it to
Hmm.
Walmart. I'm holding a book drive for special needs. I'm focusing
Hmm.
on autism. Can you donate 10 pairs of headsets? I need 5 pink, 5 blue.
Wow.
Are you feeling
Ooh,
me?
yeah.
Are you feeling me on this?
Yeah.
So
Yes. Yes, I
this
am.
is big. This is big. You can go to all the stores and get
Hmm.
you, whoever. I need book bags. I need whatever,
Hmm.
and target it towards the special needs students. So if there are specially equipped book bags or stuff with special
Right.
whatevers on them, then those are the things that you ask for,
Okay. Okay.
right? And
That
then that
sounds
way
good.
you don't pay nothing out of pocket. You're literally just like, I'm a 50, I'm a nonprofit first for, special needs children. We have a book series. I want to go ahead and donate to, parents that cannot, you know what I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
afford the school materials, or parents that are having a difficult time with their
Yeah.
special needs children. I would like to donate, you know what I
Hmm.
mean, this
Yeah.
gift package to them, but I need the materials. And so that's when you hit up all them boom, 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 boom. You hit up
Yeah.
every fucking Kroger. They don't talk
Yeah.
to each
Everybody.
other.
Yep.
They're all independent. So you can go to
Hmm.
each
That's
one.
right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah. Boy, I'm telling you, I enjoyed this right here. Thank you so much. Because
I
I'm
got
telling you, it's
some
so
ideas.
much I wanted to do. And it's like, oh, I just need to. I'm coming out with a story
Sometimes,
doll, all this stuff.
sometimes
So,
we really need to speak to other small business owners or other people that have,
mhm.
you know what I mean, those ideas, to get out of our own head and to see if we're on the
Right.
right track, give us some new
Yes.
ideas. Girl, with your illustrations in your book, why don't you do a coloring book?
Yep. That's true. Yep. I should. That's another thing I was thinking about. But
Take the graphics that are already there
yep.
and maybe throw in a couple of new ones. Have somebody illustrate like a nice close up of Amir, whatever superhero or pose, or you know what I mean, or
Mhm.
something, big pictures that
Right.
the kids can color in. Maybe,
Mm.
maybe, and this is me just being extra. Maybe you target that store called the School Box, and you get those
Yeah, school box.
crayons. You get the crayons that are for the kids that can't grip well. The ones that have like the little
Yes.
ball with the, so they can,
Mhm.
and so that way
That's
it's a
yeah.
whole package. It's a coloring book. It might be the
And
book
yep.
and the crayons, right?
Yep.
These are
Because
different
that's what I'm doing, Miss
packages.
Lena, with the doll too. So Amir's doll that I'm coming out with, his story doll, they're gonna
Boom.
have switch devices to them. So like kids like Amir that they can't turn the page, they can push down and hear
And
the story being read to
it'll
them.
do it for them.
So That's in the working as well. Yeah.
All
So
of
I've been thinking
these,
it's nice to get it out and actually, talk to someone that understands what I'm trying to do.
I see it. I see it. I see it. I see it. I
Thank
really
you.
see it. I really think your course of action, especially for you know, the local stuff would be looking at that partners in education.
Okay.
Look at irs.gov and see what
Okay.
the requirements are to be a
Okay.
501c3. I don't think it
See.
costs anything to be
Okay.
one. It's just literally updating your paperwork whenever whenever they need or whatever. If
Okay.
you need help with that stuff, let me know. I hate to
Okay.
tell people, but I used to work for the IRS.
Oh. So you know what you're talking about.
So this is why I'm also giving you this stuff, because it's all written off for you. And just because
Oh,
you're a nonprofit doesn't mean that you can't make income, because nonprofits
right.
need profit.
That's right.
But
That's
what
right.
would happen is all that profit would run through the nonprofit, and then you would be paying yourself. And then you could also
Mhm.
pay Amir as talent also
That's
for
right.
his
Yeah, that's true.
appearances.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Man, this
I
was
mean,
just
you
so
can even go
enlightening.
so far as to set up, even maybe like a fund. You know what I mean? Like a
Mm,
scholarship fund. Maybe people have to send their kids to, a school that maybe they can't afford, or,
yeah.
because they are, better equipped to deal with the child, and they have a tuition, or they have certain fees or something. Maybe your foundation also, raises money and it puts it toward, tuitions or something like that. I mean, there's
Mhm. It's like
countless,
an umbrella of things you can do.
um,
Yeah.
especially when you have the nonprofit umbrella, it opens up
Ooh, yeah.
everything,
Yes.
everything, everything, opens up
Wow.
everything.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna look into that. Just make Fearless the amazing boy with special abilities a 501. Let's see. Yeah.
C3.
That's yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. I'm so happy. Thank you so much.
You are
This
so
was
welcome.
great.
I am so
Oh, I
glad.
wish
I
I
am
was there.
so
I could
glad.
just hug you. Virtual hug. This was
I love it,
awesome.
Carmella.
Awesome.
So I will go ahead and let
Mm-hmm.
everybody know that they can find you on Barnes and Noble. They can
Mm-hmm.
find you on Amazon. They can search you by your
Yep.
name, Carmella Alexander, or they can search you
Mm-hmm.
by the Fearless title, right? And then I'll
Right.
also just put all the details in there, so that way they can get the first installment of the book, Fearless, and then they can also
Mhm.
get when Amir travels to Brazil, right? But they're going to
Yep.
have to wait on Japan and Ghana, but that's okay.
Yep.
Let them wet their
That's
whistle with
okay.
these other two countries first, girl,
That's
right?
right. Oh, this was excellent.
It has been a pleasure chatting with you today, Carmella. Is there anything else, my dear, you would like to shout out to the masses before we sign off?
I just want to say thank you to everyone that's listening, and I really appreciate you all and the support and love.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
And
you.
hopefully next time we are not far, I can just come on right on over to you and I can meet Amir myself.
That's right. He will love that.
I would love it. Until next time.
All righty. Bye.